Tira first approached me in early 2020, sharing their vision for an inclusive, diverse retailer where there was going to be a great sense of discovery. And they truly believed that clinical skincare was going to be the next big thing in India. And they were like, you're the perfect brand. And I guess the rest is history.
Well, I'm sure they're true because the skincare industry is seeing a sort of a boom in India with influencer marketing coming up. But there are also a lot of brands, especially within Tira's umbrella, there are a lot of things. But this is a brand that sort of presents itself very differently. So how do you plan to gauge the Indian audience and sort of attract them towards you?
I think our strategy is always the same because if you take a step back, you look at what needs to be done from an indie beauty brand perspective where we don't really have the big brand name recognition. It's building this, what I call the pyramid. The first is credibility. So we will want to work with derms to firstly explain what the great hero ingredients that we use are. Then we move on to the celebrity makeup artists, the celebrity facialists, the skin-to-electoral influencers, the influencers who are really, really big on skincare. And then lastly, we do the movie star, the Hollywood, the Bollywood, hopefully in the future connection. And then it trickles down and it has a snowball effect because at the end of the day, when you, for example, work with a celebrity, and we just did Harrison Ford at the Golden Globes, you can bring in a lot of eyeballs. But if you don't have the credibility or the products to kind of win people over, then they just bounce and then you don't convert. And so what we're really trying to do is just build this incredible pyramid so that when we bring more eyeballs and we bring in more new attention, we can also convert them into sales.
Well, I would also like to understand what your India strategy is because India is a very different country when it comes to skincare, especially when you compare to other countries. Here, there isn't much awareness on the chemical aspects of it. We traditionally try and go back to our grandmom's recipes.
Yes.
We find solutions in the kitchen. So, how do you plan to integrate as well as make consumers more aware of the products that you use?
I think the first step for us, especially, is to find a great partner. And I'm really grateful to have Tira, part of Reliance Retail, to back us up because at the end of the day, India, as you mentioned, rightfully so, is a huge market. And to be able to penetrate this market takes a lot of work, takes a lot of effort. But even if you walk into a Tira store today, I think the beautiful thing about a Tira store is that it has a sense of discovery. So you can walk in and you can find brands that you won't normally discover anywhere else, which I think it's really beautiful. And I think also as a partner, Tira has committed to really building up their education platform. Because at the end of the day, if you take a look at our products, which are very easy to use, but they're also very sophisticated formulations. So it takes some time to explain what a waterless vitamin C serums are, how do peptides work, all these things. So we are going to be focused on education, and then we're also going to be focused on making sure that we have enough sampling, because at the end of the day, our magic lies in the formulations. Because once you've tried an allied to skin product, you're going to be hooked. And also just helping people build their routines, because also skincare, there's no magic bullet to skincare, and at the end of the day, it's like going to the gym. It's all about consistency. It's all about making sure that just like you work out regularly. It's the same thing. Sticking to a routine that you like and doing it consistently.
Now, I'd like to go back, and if you could take us through your journey of how it all came about, how you started this brand and built this brand from ground up.
So there were two very personal stories. So the first is when I was a teenager, I had really severe acne, and I found the entire process of shopping for products really daunting and intimidating. And that ignited my passion for skincare. And my background's in biomedical and pharmaceutical science, so I create everything from scratch. So our R&D process is about 3 years, 3 to 5, so it's a very long, rigorous process. But the other more personal story is when I was 19, I had a really severe accident. I smashed my face and I needed to have reconstructive surgery. I went to the best hospital and what I thought was like the best surgeon, but he ended up butchering my face. So I had multiple infections. I had necrosis where the infection was eating the flesh of my skin, so I had holes in my face. And it completely shattered my self-esteem, and it was after a failed suicide attempt that I needed to see a therapist. And my therapist said, okay, let's make a list of all the things you want to achieve by the time you're 30, because you can't kill yourself anymore. What does that look like? And it was then that I decided that, okay, if I couldn't change how I look, then perhaps I could change how my skin looks. And because it was the one modality that I could control, and more importantly, if I was hating myself every day and hating how I looked every day, or hating the skin that I had every day, then perhaps other people would. And if I could channel that pain into helping other people feel more confident or feel fearless in their skin, then my pain would have been worth it. So this is the only thing I want to do in my life.
Well, talking about your line of products, we have a couple of them here. If you'd want to tell us about your hero products, about the
Yes.
number of products.
Yes, so the peptides and antioxidants firming daily treatment, yes. This is our number one bestseller, and this is a do-it-all moisturizer. I like to call this the Swiss Army knife of moisturizers because it brightens, it refines, it protects, it hydrates, and it firms. So it's like a do-it-all. You can use it twice a day, even on the eye area. And then our second product is the Molecular Silk Amino Hydrating Cleanser. This is, I guess, sort of like the gateway product because this is the first product that people discover the brand, and it's a super nourishing gel-based cleanser that helps your skin look super silky and super soft if you leave it on for 1 minute. So that is incredible. Yeah, 1 minute. And our eye cream is doing really, really well. The eye cream there, it's doing really, really well. And this one is one of the best sellers at Tira, and it's really designed to help you look like you had more sleep. So it fixes the effects of a good night's sleep. It instantly brightens, it depuffs with all the firming peptides and the vitamin C. And the great thing is, in India, you have it's part of the, I guess, hereditary, where you have a lot of Indian customers who have dark circles and concerns, and so this is a great one to help you look like you had more sleep.